Hey Bestie, welcome or welcome back. Today we're going to take some scrapbook paper that I found at Walmart and do some amazing hacks. But before we get started, our word of the day today is flex. Stay to the end to find out what it means. For this first DIY, I'm going to take 4 pieces of scrapbook paper and I'm going to put the plain backs together. I'm going to use my glue stick to attach them. So I just jumped right in and started and realized the camera wasn't on, so here we go. Anyway, I'm just putting like kind of patterns that I think look good together. And I'm just going to smooth them and I'll do the other set as well. So now I've got a front and a back on these pages. Now I'm going to take my paper cutter and I'm just going to cut thin strips. I mean, they're probably like, I want to say maybe 3/4 of an inch, but do whatever you want. That's up to you how big you want. They're going to be pumpkins, so however big you want them to be. So now I'm going to start with the one set and I'm going to start gluing the top to the other end and make these kind of loops and then do them all the way around until I have like a pumpkin shape. So you can see what I'm doing here. I put some inside, some on the outside. The whole idea is to make it just be like round. It's not going to be kind of funny looking like a pumpkin. It's just going to end up round, but that's okay. And so now I've got the last piece that I'm putting in there and I'm just going to glue that to the top. And once I'm done, I'm going to go to the bottom and just kind of glue those pieces together as well. And you can also do that as you go. I just chose to do it at the end. And then I'm going to make another pumpkin with the other strips that I cut from the other 2 pieces of scrapbook paper. Now I'm just going to take some leaves that I had left over from a pic and I'm just going to kind of cut off the plastic parts on them and I'm going to glue them to the top and just kind of start embellishing this like a pumpkin. I decided to add a cute little acorn and just, whatever I thought would look really pretty on the top of this just to give it a little bit more, of a fun pumpkin festive thing. I've got some little berries here. They're kind of sparkly orange and brown and just wanted to spruce it up just a little bit to just make it a little bit more fun. And I'm loving the colors. I'm loving the scrapbook paper. I think that looks so pretty. You could just set these in so many different places. I would love if you could go down to the comments and let me know what you would like to see on this channel, what you would like to see more of, maybe what you don't want to see, anything. I just would love to deliver what you want to watch, not just what I decide to make. So please take this opportunity and let me know, and I will do my best. Obviously, I can't always do it, but I will try. Thank you. Now here are both of the ones that I made, and I did add a little piece of a Jenga block that I painted brown to the top, and the other one I used some cattails and other greenery to embellish it. And so now they're just these 2 little cute scrapbook paper pumpkins. I love them. The possibilities with the scrapbook paper are endless. Let me know if this is something you'd like to give a try. This is such an easy scrapbook paper hack. I've got this scrapbook paper that has corks on it and then these 2 coasters from the Dollar Tree. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to trace out the shape of the coasters onto the part of the scrapbook paper that I want. I'm actually just going to cut it with my blade. You don't even need to trace it. And then I'm going to do it with the other one too. And then I'm going to trim off the edges and just make sure that it's pretty close to the right size. Next, I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I'm just going to start on one side and I'm going to lay down a little bit of the Mod Podge. And then once I start doing that, I'll attach the scrapbook paper and then put the rest of it on. I like to start on one side or one end just because that way it doesn't move around or I don't have to move the whole thing if I don't get it on the right spot. It's a lot easier to adjust a smaller piece if you have to than the whole thing. So there you see, I'm just putting it on, going to smooth it out, and then I'm going to lift it up and add some more Mod Podge. And of course, I'll use my brayer as well just to make sure that it's very adhered to the top of this coaster. If you are new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe by hitting that subscribe button. And then if you want, turn the notification bell on so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. I'd love to have you here. It's so much fun to have new besties and we have a great community. So I invite you and I welcome you. Now I'm going to do the other one as well so that we have 2 of these coasters. Just to make sure there is no excess paper, I'm going to take my little sanding block from the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to go around the edges in a downward motion and make sure that all of that extra paper is gone. And it's very easy. It doesn't take a whole lot, especially with a heavy grit sandpaper like this one is. It also just helps it blend right into the piece that we're using, so it looks like it's part of it rather than a piece of scrapbook paper on it. Now I'm going to take some polyacrylic by Minwax, and I'm just going to put 3 coats on there, and you could even do more if you want. The idea is when you put beverages on here, if they sweat or drip, this way it'll protect the paper, it'll be nice and sealed, and you could clean them off, no problem. So that's what I'm going to do here, and then of course I will let them dry. I love how these turned out. They're so pretty. I mean, think about all the different kinds of scrapbook paper that's out there that you could use to make custom coasters. What a great gift idea. I love these. Let me know what you think. This is such a cool hack. I'm going to take 2 pieces of the same kind of scrapbook paper, and I've got some ribbon, and I'm just going to put some markings. So on one side, I'm going to mark 1 inch. Okay, so that I'll be folding that one side 1 inch. On all the other sides, we're going to do 1.5 inch. Now, you can do whatever dimensions you want for how thick you want your bag to be. So this is just the one I chose. So just keep that in mind. You'll want the top of your bag to have a narrower amount and the rest of your bag to be a little bit thicker. So now I'm going to take those 2 pieces. I put the 1 inch part at the top. You see that? I've already folded them. So we just drew the little marks, folded them where the little marks were, and that way we've got a nice scored piece of scrapbook paper. Now on the first piece, I'm just going to cut that little box out on the bottom 2 corners, only on the one. When I get to the other one, I'm just going to cut 1 slit across, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Now I've got another really pretty piece of scrapbook paper that's going to be like the part that looks folded over on the bag. And on that one, I'm going to just cut about 1.5 inches on both sides because we need 2 pieces of that. So I'm going to put it in my paper cutter. I'm going to cut it bigger than the folded part because I need to be able to glue that on. So you see what I did there? I'm going to make 2 of those. And again, depending on the size of your bag, you'll decide how much you need to cut. And then I'm going to put that on so you just see the folded part on the pretty side, and I'm going to glue that down. And I hope that seeing this helps it make sense. It's kind of hard to describe. But anyway, the idea here is that's going to be the little top trim of the bag. So now I'm just going to glue the other piece on, and that's the back side. And we'll do that to the other one as well. And then I'm just going to fold it in so that it's nice and scored because adding that other piece, kind of messed up the fold we already had there. So see, that's what each piece is going to look like when we're done. So now I'm going to take the 2 pieces, the one where I cut off the 2 corners, I'm going to be laying that right over that center on the other piece. So they're almost like bottom ends to each other with the pretty side laying down. You could use any kind of glue you want. I do like using the purple glue stick so I can see where I have glued. So now I'm going to set that down and make sure that is nicely adhered. Then I'm going to fold up the sides, and I'm going to take the little piece that is left, the little tab, I'm going to fold that inside so that it's not showing on the outside. And then when I bring up the 2 sides to the left and the right, I'll be able to attach them to that and to each other. So I'll start with the little tabs and I'll pull one side up and just get that piece attached on both sides. Such a practical hack if you need to make a gift bag and you don't have one. And now we're just going to take the glue and we're going to put it all along the rest of the sides because we need to attach the whole thing. So you can see here, I'm just kind of getting the end first so I can make sure it's straight. And then I'm just going to lay it down and I'm going to add some more glue and do it all the way to the top. And if you find that it doesn't lay perfect and there's a little edge, just trim it off. That's what I did. No problem. Because it's hard to get it exact, especially when it's moving around with the glue. So there you go. You see that's one side and now I'm doing the other. And just so you know, this did not take very long. And I think once you make one, it'll be like a piece of cake to make more of them. And there I am trimming off a little bit of excess that I ended up with. Now I'm going to take my crocodile, and you could just use a hole punch if you want. And I'm going to punch 2 holes on each side of that little trim because that's where we're going to put the ribbon, and we're going to make a handle. So I've got this beautiful ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and it's like a lace. I'm going to cut it in half, and we'll twist the end to get it through and make a knot, and then twist the other one and put it through on both sides and put knots, and that becomes our little handle. And now you've got this cute little gift bag, and you don't have to go out and buy them. Now, I know at the Dollar Tree, they're only $1.25, but if you happen to go somewhere else and you want something that looks different than what they have, you pay quite a bit for these bags. So to be able to make it yourself with scrapbook paper that you have at home, what a great idea. I love this one. I just think it's so cool. You'll have to let me know if this is something you would want to try. I'm just excited at the possibility of how many things I can do with this. I mean, think about customizing your own gift bags. What a great idea. Let me know what you think. Another super easy scrapbook paper hack. I've got this scrapbook paper. It looks like leather, and I've got this cute little ceramic. I think it's actually like a napkin holder or a placeholder for like Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. So I'm just going to put the piece of scrapbook paper over the top and rub it over that part that's kind of raised up so I can create an indentation and just have some sense of where to cut the little inside of the pumpkin out. Does that make sense? So now I'm just going to cut it out, and then I will cut a second one because we're going to put one on the front and on the back. And it's not a perfect cut, but that's okay because we are going to use some twine to fill in any of the gaps. So right now I'm just cutting out where I pushed down for that indentation. And like I said, it doesn't come out perfect because it's really hard to get that exact, but it's good enough for what we're going to do. And now I'll just cut a second one out. If you love Pinterest, I just wanted to let you know that I'm on there and I post daily, and I love Pinterest. So much inspiration, so many ideas. So I hope you'll come join me over there. My link is down in the description box below. So now I'm just kind of trimming up the pumpkins so that they'll fit nicer. Sorry, I got a little bit off camera there. I'm going to take some Mod Podge and just put it on that inside part of the pumpkin and lay down the little cutout that I did. Now I'm going to take some twine and I'm going to outline the pumpkin, and that just takes care of any of the gaps. And I will do that on both sides. I'm also going to create a little stem that is on there, but I'm going to accentuate it with the twine also. This is very simple. It's just for a cute little decor piece. I think it would look really pretty to stick a napkin in there, or just to put on a tiered tray, to be honest with you. I don't think it has to be a placeholder or a napkin holder just because that's what it was made for. So now I'm just finishing up my little stem, and of course I'll do that to both sides, and it's so easy, it's so cute. You could stop here, but I did decide to add a little bit of greenery and just embellish it. So I'm just going to put some of this fall greenery inside, and I'm going to do the same thing to the front as I do to the back. So there's really no front and back at this point. They all look exactly the same. And I love to use my scraps. Do you guys save your scraps of greenery? I have a bunch of containers that I just throw little, miscellaneous pieces in, and that's how I find them when I need them. And then I'm going to add a pine cone to each side because I think that's super cute. And I've got these cute little sunflowers from the Dollar Tree. They came in a little pack. I'm just going to add one to each side, and then that's all I'm going to do to this one. I think it's so cute. You could decorate it any way that you want. I mean, you could do these for different times of the year too. You have to let me know what you think. I think it's super cute and super easy. And now for our word of the day, flex. Flex means you're showing off or exaggerating accomplishments. So now you are in the know. Ready for more inspiration? Here's another video I think you'll really like. If you click on it, I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.